Guide, present the candidate at the altar.
Detail, forward, march. Left face. Detail, halt. Right face. Rest.
You are now at the altar of the Order of the Sons of excuse me, of the Sons of the Union Veterans of the Civil War. For obligation, and I assure that you are taking it in this obligation, it will not conflict with any duty you may owe your God, your country, or yourself. If you are willing to proceed, place your left hand on the Bible. You will now grasp the standard of the flag with your right hand and say, I pronounce your name and repeat after me.
Lance James Stange,
In presence of the great Creator,
in presence of a great Creator,
witnessing members of this camp,
witnessing members of this camp,
I hereby voluntarily and solemnly pledge
I hereby voluntarily and solemnly pledge
myself to support and defend
myself to support and defend
the government of the United States of America,
the government of the United States of America,
to my life,
to my life,
if need be,
if need be,
to preserve the flag
to preserve the flag
from being lowered in defeat,
from being lowered in defeat,
to always observe the day
to always observe the day
set aside
set aside
by the Grand Army of the Republic
by the Grand Army of the Republic
as Memorial Day,
as Memorial Day,
sacred to the memory
sacred to the memory
of the Union soldiers and sailors
of the Union soldiers and sailors
of 1861 to 1865,
of 1861 to 1865,
and do all in my power
and do all in my power
to persuade others
to persuade others
to do the same,
to do the same,
to be faithful
to be faithful
in all duties of citizenship,
in all duties of citizenship,
to be obedient
to be obedient
to the law of the land,
to the law of the land,
to obey the Constitution and regulations of this order,
to obey the Constitution and regulations of this order,
and to promote actively
and to promote actively
its objects and interests
its objects and interests
and everywhere.
and everywhere.
So help me God.
So help me God. Say again.
At ease, you can step back. I now show you the badge of our order. The inscriptions, Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War, reminds us of our high estate and our duty to our country. We are the sons of Union veterans. May we prove ourselves worthy of this title. The ribbon is a union of red, white, and blue, the colors of our country's flag. The red signifies the unstinted streams of blood shed that the blessings of a free government might be our heritage, that our own blood is pledged to preserve the freedoms and responsibilities we so gladly receive. The blue tells us of that true faith and allegiance which our forefathers held to their country and to each other, and charges us to be mindful of their example. The white represents peace, which we, with honor, may our country always enjoy. The motto, preserved by the grace of God, reminds us that without the overruling hand of an all-wise providence, the sacrifices of our forefathers could have afforded nothing, and that God's favor alone can secure the preservation of our liberties. Like the eagle, may we be quick to discover our country's needs, strong in its defense, and swift to carry out the objects of our order. Can you pin the badge on?
That's right, we'll be okay.
It's not blood wings, so I don't think it was.
Congratulations, Chris.
May you wear your badge long and proudly, and may it always be a guiding star to you in the discharge of your duties in private life and as a son of a Union veteran of the Civil War. Whenever the United States flag is passing or being passed in a formal manner, as on parade, members of the Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War, not in military uniform, will salute the flag by removing their hat or cap, the headdress being held in the right hand opposite the left shoulder, right forearm against the breast. When not wearing a head cover, the right hand will be placed over the heart. This will not apply when the flag is flying from a staff, but only when supported by a color bearer. When given the Pledge of Allegiance, stand with the right hand over the heart. On all occasions when the national anthem, the Star-Spangled Banner, is played or sung, members of the Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War should stand at attention with hat or cap removed. When seeking admission into a camp of the Sons of Union Veterans of the Civil War, in case the camp is in session, you will present your membership card to the guard at the door when he responds to your knock of 3 raps at the door. On being admitted, approach the altar and salute the commander, and on return of the salute, take your seat. On rising to speak, salute and say commander, and in crossing the floor, always pass in the rear of the altar. 1 rap calls the camp to order and seats the same when standing. 2 raps calls the officers and staff to their feet, and 3 raps calls up the entire camp. If deep in your heart there lives the love of freedom and patriotic devotion to the principles and institutions for which our forefathers fought, then no personal danger, no selfish consideration can quench that love and make you ungrateful or disloyal to the flag of the United States of America. Let us then entwine each thread of its glorious fabric around our hearts, and catching the spirit that breathes upon us from the battles and the victories of America's sons, let us resolve that now and forever we will stand for that flag and the principles and institutions it symbolizes. It was waved over our cradles. Let us make the high resolve that, unchanged and unstained as it came from the hands of our fathers, it shall wave over our graves. Guide, conduct the candidate to the Secretary's desk to sign the camp's membership book and present him again to this station. Officers and brothers, I take pleasure in introducing Lance, bound to us by the sacred ties of fraternity, charity, and loyalty. Let us give him a brotherly welcome.
Detail, forward, march.